grocery haul for the week. I went to Fresh Time Farmers Market, spent about $120. This is not one of my budget grocery hauls. I haven't been on here for a while. I've been out of town twice this past month. So I'm just trying to pick up a few things. I have a lot stocked up in my freezer and in my pantry, but I just wanted to buy a few things that I wanted to make this week for dinners. So I'm just going to jump right on in. So I'm just going to go left to right and show you there's no particular order. I bought some toilet paper, ran out of that this past month, bought some taco seasoning. I'm going to be making a taco salad for dinners this week. So I needed some of that. I bought some Atlantic salmon. I'm going to have that for dinner tonight. I'm going to share that in this video and show you how I make that, along with some asparagus to pair it with. I bought these Fresh Time potato fried onion pierogies. These pierogies are so good. Nothing like Mrs. T's. They taste homemade, like homemade pierogies. They are absolutely delicious. And if you care, they are vegan. There's no cheese in these. So that's why I get those, because I can't do dairy. So I picked up a bag of those. These are my favorite pad thai noodles. I bought this and then also some of this orange sauce. First time me buying this. Not that I care, but it is gluten-free. That doesn't bother me. So I picked up some of that. I can add chicken into it, some vegetables, some onion, whatever. So that will make a quick lunch or dinner. I picked up some corn that will go with the taco salads or other dinners this week. I picked up some blackberries. They were on sale, 99 cents for the 6-ounce carton, which is a screaming deal, to be honest. This is my favorite grass-fed ground beef. This 93% lean organic by Thomas Farms. That is what I will be using in the taco salads. I needed more ketchup. I get the no sugar added kind. Now this Field and Farmer dressings, they are absolutely delicious. They are plant-based. This is a plant-based ranch. It doesn't taste any different than any other ranches out there. And they also have this roasted garlic Italian. This is so good. You can use it as a marinade. It is like a red wine vinaigrette. This is number one, hands down, my favorite salad dressing ever. This Field and Farmer brand is delicious. And you can see I've had this one for a while and I've been using it, but so good. You really need to try this if you find that in your grocery store. I picked up 2 Roma tomatoes and a jalapeno and some green onions for the salads and whatever. I bought some romaine lettuce for the salads. I bought this whole frying chicken. It was $2 off, so it was only $7, which is a pretty good deal for whole chicken. I'm going to make some chicken noodle soup this week. Doesn't matter if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. I love soups, especially my homemade chicken noodle soup. So I will be making some of that, and that freezes extremely well. So if you can't go through it, I can share this recipe with you. You can freeze it. Picked up some salami just for snacking, lunches, some bacon. This was on sale, so I picked up this hardwood smoked uncured bacon. Not very much, but they are thick slices. So that is good. Picked up a couple of apples. Their fruit didn't look the greatest this week. I wanted some oranges or mandarins. They didn't look very good. So after I run out of this fruit, I might have to stop at the store and pick up some more fruit for the week. They did not have my Silk half and half creamer, which I was bummed about, but I've had this Nut Pods Barista Oat Milk Cinnamon Dolce. It's 0 added sugar, and it is super good. I love cinnamon dolce flavor, anything. So this is going to be a good addition to my iced coffee this week. I bought some of these little bruschetta toasts. These are great for snacks or like a snack tray for lunch. I had some extra of this bruschetta in my refrigerator and I wanted to finish that up this week. This with a little bit balsamic dressing on top, balsamic vinegar, or like a balsamic glaze. Oh, so good. Such a great lunch. That with a couple pieces of salami and maybe I don't know, a couple pieces of fruit for lunch. Great. I love this hand sanitizer. I keep one of these in the car, you know, just to have. It's always good to have hand sanitizer. And also I have been making our dogs some fresh food, especially my daughter's dog, who is home. My youngest daughter is home for the summer, but she's also kind of away for a job all summer. So I have her puppy, and I have my dog, and I've been feeding them and cooking them food, like fresh food. So I have a pound of turkey for them. I will mix it with some brown rice. I have some mixed vegetables. I'll do probably about half this bag, and maybe, I don't know how much is in here, maybe a quarter of this butternut squash. Mix that all up for them, and they will devour it. They eat that so much quicker and so much faster. They absolutely love, of course, fresh food. And we make sure that they get, you know, supplemental, whatever they need to also supplement their diet too, that fresh food doesn't give them. All approved by their vet. So that's what we've been doing. These Sweet Lawrence cookies, I've showed them before. They are delicious. They are peanut-free, plant-based, dairy-free, gluten-free, but they are so stinking good, and they're safe to eat raw, obviously, because there's no eggs or anything like that in them. So if you like cookie dough, I don't like cookie dough. It has to be baked for me. But yeah, so I picked up some of that. I will make this dozen of cookies. I will give half to my oldest daughter. I'm also making the chicken noodle soup for her, so she will have that. And then the famous TikTok feta tomato sauce, I will make that, and I love putting this over the pierogies. So freaking good, so delicious, and I make that probably about once a month. It is just absolutely delicious. But again, that was my grocery haul, about $120 for this week, and I will jump in on the dinner. So for tonight for dinner, I made a super simple and delicious summer dinner. I made a creamy spinach artichoke salmon skillet. I didn't totally make it in the skillet. I did bake the salmon in the oven, but it turned out absolutely delicious. This is dairy-free. This can be keto, or you could pair it with some mashed potatoes or over rice. That would be delicious also. But I just had the salmon with the creamy spinach artichoke sauce, and it was absolutely delicious. So what I did was sprayed down my baking pan and then added a little bit more olive oil on the top of the salmon, seasoned it simply just with salt and pepper, and I baked it in a 350 degree oven for, I say, about 20 to 25 minutes it took for this piece of salmon to cook through. Next, I am just going to chop up what I need for vegetables. I have my lemon here that I quartered that I will juice later. I have garlic. You want a lot of garlic in this because that makes everything taste better, my opinion. I bought this garlic chopper a few years back at Hobby Lobby, of all places, and I absolutely love it. It saves your hands and your fingers from getting really sticky from chopping up garlic. Then I have this spinach. I just cut it into thirds, into bigger pieces. We will add this at the very end of the dish. Next, I'm just mixing up a 1/4 cup of water and some chicken bouillon. This is the best way to make some chicken broth when you need it from powder, because if you have a can of chicken broth, then you're basically either wasting the rest of the can when you only need a 1/4 cup. You could also freeze it, so that is a good way to do it, but I find this way more effective when I need chicken broth. Next, I am just going to chop up and dice up my onion. Next, the recipe called for 1 tablespoon of butter or ghee. I am using dairy-free butter, but I ended up adding an extra tablespoon just because I didn't feel like it was enough. So I sauteed up the onions, I added the chicken broth, now I'm adding the garlic into there, sauteing that up for about a minute, adding my coconut milk, That's what makes it dairy-free. And then I'm going to season this with some salt and pepper. Next, I'm going to juice my 1 lemon. The recipe called for a half a lemon, but I didn't feel like that would be enough. Next, I am putting a tablespoon of arrowroot powder into the sauce to make it a little bit thicker. And then I have these frozen artichokes from Trader Joe's. They were delicious. I was only going to put a half a bag in, but I decided to just throw the whole thing in. It made it extra delicious. And then at the very end, you want to add your spinach, mix that in, and let it wilt. And there is the salmon. It turned out beautiful. And there is the sauce. And this dish was absolutely delicious. I topped it with some red pepper flakes. Again, it can be paired over rice or mashed potatoes. I hope you enjoyed this super summer simple meal, and I will see you in my next one, everyone. Bye-bye.